Long ago, there was a bright little town called Willowbrook. People there never failed at anything. If they planted seeds, crops grew tall. If they built houses, they never fell. Children always won games, and adults always got their work right. Among the people lived the curious kids Emma, a brave girl with shining eyes, and Jack, a clever boy with a quick smile. They loved their town, but sometimes they wondered, why are things always so easy? The town was safe, happy, and proud. But hidden inside, a secret lesson was waiting to be discovered. One sunny afternoon, Emma asked, "Jack, do you think it's strange we never fail?" Jack scratched his head. "Maybe, but isn't that good? We never feel sad." Emma frowned. "But don't you think failing helps us learn?" Jack had never thought about it. That night, Emma dreamed of a voice whispering, "Strength is not in winning, but in trying again." She woke with a start. The dream stayed in her heart. She knew something was about to happen, something that would show the whole town the power of mistakes. One morning, a messenger rushed into town. He carried a letter with a royal seal. "A contest has been announced," he shouted. "Each town must build a giant clock tower in 7 days. The tallest one will win the Golden Star Award." Everyone cheered. Willowbrook was sure they would win. After all, they had never lost before. Emma and Jack felt excited too. But Emma whispered, "What if this time we don't succeed?" Jack laughed. "That will never happen. We are Willowbrook." But in his heart, he felt a small worry. The townspeople started building with confidence. Bricks were laid, wood was cut, and the tower rose quickly. Emma and Jack helped carry tools and cheered. But soon, something strange happened. The tower began to lean. "That's odd," said the builder. "It has never happened before." They tried to fix it, but it leaned more. The people grew nervous. "Don't worry," the mayor said. "We never fail." But Emma noticed the workers were scared. Jack whispered, "Maybe this is the first time. We might not win." The thought made the whole town uneasy. By the third day, cracks appeared in the walls. "This can't be real," cried the builder. "Our work never breaks." The mayor insisted, "Keep building." But the cracks grew wider. The tower swayed like a tree in the wind. Children gasped, adults whispered, and fear spread. Emma told Jack, "This is what failure looks like." Jack shivered. "But we don't know what to do if we fail." The town had forgotten how to handle mistakes. They only knew how to win. Emma's dream voice echoed again. "Strength is not in winning, but in trying again." As the contest deadline came closer, the people panicked. "We must finish," shouted the mayor. But everyone's hands shook. They rushed, and the tower grew weaker. Some villagers cried, "What if we lose?" The word lose felt heavy, like a storm cloud. Emma stood on a box and shouted, "Listen, maybe losing is not the end. Maybe failing is just learning." But the crowd shook their heads. "No, we are Willowbrook. We don't fail." Jack looked at Emma and whispered, "Maybe you're right. Maybe this is the lesson our town needs." On the 7th day, the tower stood tall but shaky. The judge from the contest arrived. As he looked up, a strong wind blew. Everyone held their breath. Crash! The tower tumbled down. bricks scattering everywhere. Gasps filled the air. We failed, whispered the mayor. For the first time in history, Willowbrook had lost. People hung their heads in shame. But Emma stepped forward. "Look around," she said gently. "The sky is still blue. We are still here. Failing didn't destroy us. It only showed we must try again." Her words lit a small spark in every heart. The judge walked forward. Instead of scolding, he smiled kindly. "Willowbrook, today you learned the most important lesson. Failure is a teacher. The towns that fail and rise again are the strongest." The people blinked in surprise. No one had ever spoken like this before. Jack raised his hand. "So failing is not shameful?" The judge shook his head. "No, it means you are learning." Emma grinned. "See? We don't have to be afraid." The crowd slowly began to smile. For the first time, they felt free to make mistakes. The next day, the people gathered again. "Shall we rebuild the tower?" asked the mayor. "Yes," shouted Emma and Jack. But this time, things were different. They laughed when bricks fell. They learned from each mistake. Children tried new ideas, and adults listened. The tower rose again, stronger and straighter. Emma smiled at Jack. "See? Failure helped us improve." Jack nodded. "It feels good to try again." For the first time, Willowbrook wasn't afraid of losing. They had found something greater than perfection courage. At last, the tower was finished. It stood tall, not perfect, but strong. The people cheered with pride. They didn't win the Golden Star Award, but they won something better, the power to grow. Emma whispered, "Now our town remembers failure is not the end." Jack added, "It is only the beginning of learning." From that day on, Willowbrook changed. People tried new things, even if they weren't sure they could succeed. They laughed at mistakes, and children learned without fear. Willowbrook was no longer the town that forgot how to fail. It became the town that learned how to grow. Please like and subscribe for more stories.